I didn't think you'd come. I'll find something relatively clean for you to sit on. Can I get you something to eat or drink? I have water.
I came here to see you, Meryl.
Hey, good morning.
You don't have to fuss over me.
You're so kind. My first guest, and I'm already a terrible host. I wanted to thank you for bringing me here, but I'm making a mess of it.
You're so sweet, Meryl.
Not as sweet as you, that is. Good wishes are a poor gift after all you've done for me. I haven't exactly had many friends. Not even among my own clan. This is... tricky.
What made you unpopular with the Dalish?
Being first to the Keeper, I was always a bit secluded. I studied magic and history while the others were learning the Via Tanadal. It's good that I left. I'd have made a terrible Keeper. I was never that good with people.
You seem to be getting the hang of it already.
I'm glad you think so. Thank you for coming to visit me, Hawk. It means a lot to me.
So the way it works in this game, you have to mouse over everything, because everything can be some loots. So you have to make sure you look at everything with your mouse cursor. I don't read the lore because I've already done it several times and I don't want to do it again. But usually when I play such games, I just read absolutely everything. First time or two. So I made a mistake because when I start my character, I made a mage and I should have made a warrior. And my main hero should have been a tank. That way I could have played with Meryl. But right now I'm kind of like, I don't know what to do, and I don't want to play with this party here. I want to have a rogue. I want to have Varric or Isabella, because rogues are pretty good in your party. They do a lot of crowd control. They can CC people, and playing with this party here just doesn't work. So I have to replace one of my people by Varric or Isabella, which are a rogue. So I cannot replace the tank. I need the tank in my party now. And Carver is gonna die. Sorry for the spoiler, but he's gonna die later on, so I'm gonna lose him. So, like this game, I play in hard difficulties, so I need to have a tank and an off tank. So this is my tank right now, and Carver is my off tank right now. I know I'm gonna lose Carver, so I have to build my party accordingly to that. And I'm gonna get another warrior later on, but I'm not getting him for now. It's gonna be Fenrir. So for the time being, I think I should just keep going with Carver and Varric, but I want to play with Meryl. I really want to get involved with Meryl this game. I've never done it. I usually get involved with Isabella, but I want to try what happened with Meryl when you get all 30 and shit. So I think for the time being, I'm gonna roll like this, even though I'm gonna lack crowd control without Varric or Isabella. And later on, when I lose Carver, I guess that I'm gonna replace him with Fenrir later on. But I really need an off tank. That's the problem. So otherwise, I would go with 3 mages, like without hesitation. If I would not need an off tank, but I really need one because it's pretty hard when you play hard difficulty. So I'm gonna try it like that. I'm also not very fond of Meryl's spells. If we look at her. So Meryl's specialization, this is Dalish Peria. Meryl has never quite felt like she's in fit, and her choices have only furthered the gap between her and her people. So she can go into Blood of the First. So that's Meryl's own blood magic. My main hero also does blood magic, but Meryl can also do it. So she will sacrifice her health to cast spells instead of magicka. And she does this big spell here. It's a big AoE that just rip people apart. It just like cause what does it say here? Control the blood of her foes, rending them from the inside. Yeah. So it ignores all resistances, and it can stun them when you morph it. So this is very strong. But all the rest here, I don't like it at all. This is a Nora, Wrath of the Elven, and it does damage over time around her. But you never want to do that whenever you play hard difficulty or nightmare, because you really need your crowd control. And sometimes the crowd control is just a sleep spell, or a paralysis spell. And if you deal damage to those people, they get awakened instantly and they start fighting again. So you don't want to deal damage over time to people. You want to keep them CC'd as long as possible. So this is good for normal difficulty, but for hard difficulty, this is not good. Also, if you look at this spell over here, enemies around Meryl are drawn toward her by 10 riz of raw nature magic. You never want a mage to pull enemies toward her. A mage is very squishy, like the mage should be very far away, as far as possible from all the enemies and casting spell from the distance. But it's like if I would have to use this spell here, I would have to build Meryl as a tank. Like I would have to make it to like put her with a shit ton of health. And I guess there's a way to do it. I was thinking about it earlier. If you go into blood magic here, as I explained earlier, you use your health to cast abilities. So if I would do that, I would probably not spend any points at all into increasing my my magicka, and I would just put everything into health. And as a result, I would kind of build tanky, and I could kind of use this. I could kind of take some hits from the enemies. But the thing is, like, I don't have a shield on the mage. I just have a staff, so I don't have any passive that increase my tankiness at all. It's just pure health. So I don't like this very much. But Meryl has like other schools, all the mage schools that are pretty useful here that I can use. So it's not a big waste. Like she can be useful, but not as good. Like her specialization is not as good as like Hawk, for example. Hawk blood magic skill line is amazing. I haven't looked into the other ones yet. I don't think they have unlocked yet. Yeah, they haven't unlocked their specialty yet, the other heroes. So yeah, I guess I could make like a healer with Meryl. Yeah, I could make a hero with Meryl, and Hawk would just be pure damage. Because right now Hawk is my healer. Because I didn't have any heals, I just met Meryl. So I could transition now. I don't remember if you can respec skill points. I don't see anything right here that will allow me to respec skill points. Let's see if I click here and then here. We'll have to see. If I can respec, that would make sense to just remove all the healing stuff that I have here and put it into blood magic and this elemental to have even more AoE damage here. Actually, maybe not elemental. No, not elemental. Probably spirit and entropy. Force mage. I've never used force mage before. There's a lot of stuff in this game. This is why I like it so much. The way they define the spells and the passives. There's a lot of options. This is an old game, and I like the UI of the spells like this. This look very, very cool. Very defined. All the icons, and like for a game that old, they really did well with this. And of course the storyline and all the speeches, like it's all I don't know how to say that in English, but it's like there's voices for everything. And it's not redundant. Everybody has their own voice, unlike Skyrim, where you speak to people and multiple NPCs have the same voice. This is very unique. So should I go ahead and replace Meryl with Varric? I don't know. Varric has a very nice AoE CC that I like. And Meryl doesn't have one so far. I didn't unlock anything for her. Um, I don't think she has any AoE CC. She has this one here. Sleep. This is a single target CC here. This is one she has unlocked. This is a stun, I think. No, it's just knock down the target. It doesn't stun him. Petrify. This is a stun here, I think. Paralyzed chance 100%. There's no duration 12 seconds. Okay, this is a big stun here. 12-second duration stun. This is pretty good. This is a stun and damage at the same time. Duration 10 seconds. But there's no AoE stuns, I think. Okay, this is another one here, Entropic Cloud. So if I can unlock those two, I mean, I'm in good shape here. Okay, there's a sleep chance, but it's only 10%. And a stun chance, 25%. So this is not guaranteed here. I can respec. Okay, cool. So that should be good then. Because I did spend quite a lot of points into Magicka for Hawk, and I think I want to replace all of that into health. Because if I unlock this here, Blood Magic, this is a stance. It reserves 70% of my Magicka, and what it means is that it's a toggle, it's a stance, and as soon as I toggle this on, if I remove it after, I lose 70% of my Magicka. That Magicka will have to be recovered by either a potion or like recovery of some sort. So this is extremely costly. Usually when you go into Blood Magic, you stay into Blood Magic for the rest of the fight. Otherwise, if you go back to your normal stance, you're gonna be really out of resources. It's not gonna be beneficial for you. So, like if I use this hero to only go into Blood Magic as soon as the fight starts, I want to build her into as much health as possible. And there's a couple of spells that I can use to regain health in this stance. Potions don't work. Healing of any sort by my allies or my potions don't work at all. So the only way is this one here. Grave Robber. The Blood Mage consumes the residual life force from a nearby enemy from nearby enemy corpses to regain health. So when there's corpses on the ground, I can drain them to regain health. There's this one here, Sacrifice. The Blood Mage sucks the life force from an allies to regain health. So that will be extremely useful to do on an off tank. You don't want to do that on your main tank, but the off tank usually have a lot of health. Like Carver, I built him with a lot of health, so I could do Sacrifice on Carver. And as soon as Carver gets that, you just drink a potion to regain health right away. Or I get my healer to heal Carver right away after. So my healer would be Meryl in this case. Blood Slave. The mage enslave a target, forcing it to fight alongside. Okay, so this is just a mind control here. This spell is amazing. This is mainly why you want to go into Blood Magic. This one here, Hemorrhage. It's the same thing as the one I shown earlier from Meryl. You just do like a big blood rain. Like it's just raining blood and everybody is dying from the inside. It looks really cool. I'm gonna look later on into Force Mage. I don't want to read too much for now. I gotta look at my emails. I'm currently at work right now, so I'm gonna be off on and off. So this is the main city where you go, like the first part of the story, Lisa, because I've played this for probably 5-6 hours already. This campaign. So you start and like your main city is being overwhelmed by darkspawn, which is like zombies. People are getting possessed when they get bitten, and you flee to this city, Kirkwall, and then I start making quests here, and every single like click that I can click here is different part of the city. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to Hightown. This is kind of the place of the royalty of the nobles. So here there's a bunch of merchants, there's people that ask quests. It's like kind of an MMORPG, but it's single player.
I know, but it might help me not get caught.
I didn't expect to see
You
this
probably
again.
shouldn't have said that part.
Truly.
Why?
Just... never.
When I tap too much in this game, the graphics start fluctuating.
Insist if you must, but Viscount Dumas will see no one. If you've news of Seamus, I will relay it to him.
Fine. Tell Dumas my scouts have tracked the boy and his Canary captor to the Wounded Coast. I'm taking a full company after them, and when I return, I expect him to make a show of the reward.
So many to deal with one Kunari seems... excessive.
He may be Talvashoth. The Winters leave nothing to chance. Get out of my bloody way!
Yes, what is it?
Looks like I'm not the only one who saw the bounty posting.
Apparently so. And I am regretting it. As I told the others, Viscount Dumas' son, Seamus, is missing. We suspect he was taken by a Kunari. If you would like to try your hand at securing his safe return, feel free. I have certainly granted no exclusivity to the Winters and their violent approach.
There must be suspicions about why the boy went missing.
Why? What have you heard?
Nothing. Until now.
There is truly nothing known. He is gone. And there have been sightings of a Kunari. The only complication is that Seamus is known to be of a sympathetic mind. He may have placed himself in danger, but it is danger nonetheless.
The Canari are not wild in the city. Petition their leader for the boy's return.
The Arishok has declared that it is not his role to do so. Apparently their rebels, the Talvashoth, are hunted anyway, killed for what they are, not for what they may have done. That does not bode well for Seamus.
This isn't a task for a guardsman?
Yes, isn't it?
There is a concern of appearance. If we used guards, it would allow Viscount Dumas' opponents to say this admits the Kunari threat, because the city responded. In these times, public embarrassment is preferable to official embarrassment.
The boy will be home soon enough.
Declare it if you like, but the reward goes to whomever brings him back safe. A discussion you are welcome to have with the Winters, should you encounter them, on the Wounded Coast. Messiah, please stop kicking the wall. The guard will throw you out if you kick that wall one more time.
Good day, Sirrah.
Welcome back, Lindsay. Dragon Age 2 had the best storyline in my opinion. Yeah,
So,
it's so good. It's so
You're
good.
not like a lot of
I
other
love
girls.
it. Like usually, like in all MMORPG,
Right.
I just find the lore and the
Alright then.
questing so fucking boring.
Did I miss
But
something?
like Dragon Age, it's
What? No,
it's
wasn't
very
dirty.
different.
It wasn't anything.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just like the monologues are
Because
very
I miss
good.
a lot of dirty things, and sometimes
I just
wouldn't mind
realized as
hearing
well
them.
that like whenever the
you
NPCs
know?
speak, the lips follow their words. It's kind of crazy for a game of that age again, and like it's all unique. Like there's nothing that is the same. Voices are not shared again between NPCs, and all the monologues. Like it's so good. So this is my home here, and I can click on this book here to see if there's more quests available. Those two things over here, the mementos, those are downloadable content. If I want to do the expansions, I just click on them. For now, I'm just doing the base storyline.
Your people came a long way, Meryl. But I'd like to think we have Ferelden in common.
I never saw Lothering. Did you walk as much as we did? Probably more. You didn't start with Hala.
I am sorry for your loss, mistress. But I can offer your son mercy only if he turns himself in.
I'm trying to find him, but
The Templars cannot tolerate apostates.
This will be Mother if we're not careful.
It sounds like your son is in trouble. Is there anything I can do?
you
So there's a war in this city between mages and Templars.
apostate.
Templars believe that the mages can be dangerous, and they have like something called a circle that control them. They just like mind control them for eternity, like until they die. They just transform them entirely. They get kind of like slaves.
Dreams of demons speaking in his mind.
And there's like a constant combat
I would
between
rather
mages and
lose him to the
Templars.
circle than to himself.
So I picked the hero that is a mage, and as a result, my brother is more like a Templar. If would I pick like a warrior as a main hero, I believe I would have probably been toward the Templar side, and I would not have had a brother. I would have had a sister, and she would have been a mage. So there's always like a constant fight between the brother and sister, no matter the hero you pick.
Did your son run away?
He learned I had contacted Sir Thrask. He felt
Those look like Dalish tattoos. Why do you live in the city?
I was born to the Dalish, but came to Kirkwall for a time and dallied with a human merchant, Vincento. When I found I was with child, neither Vincento nor my tribe wished the burden of an elf-blooded human infant. I raised Fainriel myself, here in the alienage.
Tell me the whole story.
I learned years ago that my son likely had magical talent, but we could not bear the thought of him locked in the gallows. So we hid. When the nightmares began, Fainriel still refused to contact the Circle. But I truly think they are the only people who might save his life.
What kind of dreams is he having?
He dreams of demons, calling to him, pulling him into their world. Every day, it grows harder to wake him. That is why I turn to the Circle. They are the only ones that can protect a mage from his own powers.
What exactly do you need me to do?
Just find him, please. Bring him somewhere safe. I don't know where Fainrail is gone, but there are 2 places you might start your search. Sir Thrask has been looking for him. If you speak to him in the gallows, he'll be able to tell you what ground he's already covered. And Fainrail's father, Vincento, recently returned from Antiva. He's a merchant in the Lowtown Bazaar. Fainrail might have sought him out.
Tell me about this Templar.
I believe he's a good man. He doesn't hate mages, but sees what it took me too long to realize. Even the best-intentioned mages are at the mercy of their sleeping minds.
So, they don't always just make you disappear, like it seems?
There are other Templars who are much less sympathetic.
You and Fainrail's father are not married?
Vincento had no desire for a wife or an elf-blooded child. I haven't seen him since the day I told him. I have written, though, to keep him informed about his child. Fainrail wanted to meet him.
I will not leave you fearful for a moment longer than necessary.
He ought to have his own life. Out from the shackles of the Circle. Everyone should.
The boy sounds one breath away from becoming an abomination. Let's get to him, fast.
Thank you. It has been a lonely time hiding. It's almost a relief to finally confront this openly.
I have to call a coworker and work on a case, so I'm gonna stop the stream and I'll come back later. Thanks for watching, guys.